If you're trying to build wealth in real estate by doing everything yourself, you're not an investor, you are a bottleneck. Hey, do me a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss future real estate investment breakdowns. If you're new to the channel, I am Bud Evans. I'm a retired Air Force officer, retired police officer, and a former mayor. I'm a former senior intelligence officer of the U.S. Air Force. Today, I'm a New Jersey licensed agent, an investor, and a property manager in New Jersey. I teach veterans and those who are interested in real estate to build wealth with real estate using simple systems and clean execution, military style. So here is the mindset shift that you need to make. A real estate dream team, it's not about prestige, it's about reliability. You don't need the flashiest agent. You don't need the cheapest contractor. You need people who answer the phone, tell you the truth, and execute with consistency. Real estate, boring competence. If you chase personalities instead of performance, you're going to pay for it, usually in delays, budget blowouts, and stress that you don't need. Now, let me show you how to build your team the right way. Let's start with this rule. You are a leader. You are not the worker. Don't swing the hammer. You do not abdicate responsibility. You delegate execution. You set the standard. You pick the players, and you are the one who needs to hold the line. If you want a portfolio that scales, your team needs roles, not random helpers. And here are the core roles that you're going to need and what they actually do, and then how to spot the pretenders. The first role is someone who's going to source your deals. When a real estate agent tells you that they're real estate friendly, it's not always the case. We're not talking about a retail agent here. We're talking about an agent that can talk numbers, not feelings. You're going to want somebody who understands cash flow math, rent comps that are not optimistic, neighborhoods that investors actually buy in, how to find off-market opportunities, and how to write offers that protect you, not just win the deal. A strong investor agent will help you say no more than yes. If your agent only talks about granite countertops, how the paint looks pretty, and curb appeal, you are dealing with a retail mindset. That person may be a great agent if you're looking for a family home, but they're not your agent as an investor. So here's how you vet your team. 1, how many rentals do they own? Next, how do they run comps for rent, not sale price? Ask them what makes a deal bad, even if it looks good. Ask them how many investor clients they have right now. And ask them what they do when a property fails inspection. Listen for the process, not the confidence. If someone tells you, I've been doing this for 20 years, run. The second role is your lender. Your lender is not a rate quote. Your lender is a strategic partner. If they are giving you one deal, one breakdown, one underwriting, find a new one. A strong lender will help you understand loan products and which one fits your plan, down payment strategies and what's realistic, how debt to income is going to impact your next 2 to 3 purchases, how underwriting works so you stop getting surprised, when to use conventional, DSCR, portfolio, or owner-occupied options. If your lender cannot explain how today's loan will affect your next 3 purchases, you are flying blind. So here's how to vet them. Ask them what your constraints will be after property 1. Ask them what a clean file looks like before you apply. Ask them what do they want you to do this month to be ready for the next 90 days. Ask them what kills this deal in underwriting. A pro lender is proactive. A weak lender reacts after you're already in trouble. I'd recommend Mears Lending Group. I use them personally, mearslendinggroup.com. The third role here is going to be your contractor. This is where most investors get burned. A real contractor begins with a clear, written scope of work, line item pricing, not a vague number, a realistic timeline with phases so that you can establish draws, a payment schedule tied to the progress, and accountability when things go wrong. You also want a materials rough-in list. You're not hiring talent here, you're hiring predictability. Your job is not to squeeze them, your job is to set expectations and enforce them. So here's the rule that's going to save you a lot of pain. No scope of work, no schedule, no check. If you're paying large deposits with no paperwork, you're going to get burned. You're not investing, you're actually gambling. So here's how to vet them. Ask how they quote jobs and what they do when they see something missing. Ask how they handle change orders. You should have a system for that. Ask what their weekly update process is. Ask who is on site daily and who is responsible for quality control. Ask for photos of 2 of their current projects, not the best project from 5 years ago. Also, don't skip this. Call at least 2 references and ask one blunt question. Did they finish on time and on budget? And if not, did they communicate early to fix it? The fourth role here is property management. Whether you self-manage or not, you need management systems. A property manager is going to handle tenant screening and enforcement of standards, rent collection and late fee policies, maintenance coordination, vendor control, renewals, notices, and legal compliance, documentation, communication, and provide you with clean records. They're there to protect your time, and they are supposed to protect your assets. If you self-manage today, you still need to think like a manager. You need screening criteria, lease templates, maintenance workflows, and a system for collections and evictions if necessary. If your portfolio only works when you personally answer every call, you are in a fragile state. So here's how to vet them. Ask what their screening standards are in writing. Ask how they handle late rent on day 1, not day 15. Ask how they choose vendors and prevent overcharging. Ask what their communication cadence is with owners. Ask for a sample monthly statement so you know what you're going to see as an owner. And listen, you notice I never asked for rate. The fifth role here is a real estate attorney. This is not an option. You need an attorney who will understand landlord-tenant laws in your state, leases and addendums that will hold up, evictions and how to avoid your rookie mistakes. You're going to need partnership agreements and operating agreements, and how to reduce risk without playing games. You're going to need an independent contractor agreement for your contractors. They don't need to be involved every day, but when you need them, you really need them. Legal mistakes will cost you more than all of your legal fees put together. Now here's how to vet them. Ask what the common landlord mistakes are in your area. Ask how long an eviction will take in your county. Ask what paperwork you must have to win in court. Ask what they want you to document starting on day 1. The sixth role is your CPA. They have to understand real estate. Most accountants can file taxes, that's great, but few can actually help you build wealth. You're going to want a CPA who understands depreciation and how it impacts real cash flow, basic cost segregation concepts and when you should use it and when it matters, entity structure for you as an investor, tax planning, not just tax reporting. Anybody can count beans, how to keep more of what you earn legally. Your CPA should help you plan before you buy, not explain your mistakes after you buy. So here's how to vet them. Ask how they approach depreciation on rentals. Ask what they want you tracking monthly. Ask how they advise on entity setup for rental portfolios. Ask how they handle investor clients with multiple properties. And if the answer is create an LLC for each one, they're taking money from you to do your taxes. Don't use that. Seventh role here is your insurance professional. Insurance is not set it and forget it. A strong insurance broker is going to help you review your coverage limits that match your real replacement costs, deductibles that you can actually afford, liability exposure across multiple properties, umbrella policies and when they make sense, proper landlord policies, not just homeowner policies. Underinsurance is a silent killer. One claim can wipe out a year's worth of profits. So here's how you vet them. Ask what policy type you should use on each property. Ask what common claims landlords usually get and how the coverage works for that claim. Ask them how liability works if someone gets hurt on your property. And ask how often they recommend reviewing your portfolio and the insurance policies that cover it. Now let's talk about timing, because this is where people really freeze. You do not need everyone on day 1, but you do need a plan to engage them at a later time. If you're buying your first rental deal, you need an investor agent. You need a strong lender. You need a reliable contractor, even if it's just for small turns. As you grow past a couple of properties, then you're going to add your property management or a full management system so that you can scale and pull back, step away from it. We don't want you working a second job. You're going to need that real estate CPA later and an insurance pro who reviews your entire portfolio. The biggest mistake is waiting until a crisis to actually find people. You don't build your team during the fire, you build your team before the fire starts. Now let's talk about how to vet your entire team, not just one person, because we're all working together. Stop asking, how long have you been doing this? Start asking, how do you solve problems? Here are the questions that are going to expose reality fast. Hey, what happens when a deal goes sideways? How do you communicate bad news? How do you handle mistakes that either one of us has made? How do you document decisions? What is your turnaround time for calls and texts? Professionals never should promise perfection. They should explain their process, because life happens. Stuff gets in the way. But here's another rule that's going to protect you. If someone avoids written agreements, walk away. Clear expectations are going to protect you on both sides. Now let's talk about how you run your team once you have it. I personally use an EOS model, but that's for my personal employees. But let's talk about this. You need three things: clear targets, clear standards, and clear communication. Targets mean you define what winning looks like. For example, I want 2 deal opportunities per week from my agent. I want lender pre-approval updates monthly. I want contractor updates weekly with photos. I want management reporting monthly and urgent issues on the same day. Standards mean that you're going to define for them what is acceptable. For example, no work starts without a written scope of work. No invoices get paid without proof of completion for a draw. No tenant gets approved without meeting all of our screening standards. No lease gets used unless it is the current approved version from your attorney. Communications mean you set the cadence here. Weekly check-ins with your contractor during rehab, monthly review with your property manager, quarterly review with your insurance pro, and year-round planning with your CPA, not just April to October. If you don't lead like this, your team is going to become a group of random people, and random does not help you scale. Now let me hit pause right here because I want to talk about something. If you're a veteran trying to build a real estate team without wasting years learning it the hard way, this is exactly what we work on inside the War Room with David Perret. It's a veterans-only, real operators, real systems, real accountability. The link is in the description. And if you want a one-off coaching call, you can get on my calendar through buddevans.com. Sometimes a 1-hour slot is enough to spot the weak link in your team, and we can fix it before it becomes expensive for you. All right, let's finish strong with the truth that most people don't want to hear. Your portfolio will never outgrow your team. If you want to scale, your team has to scale with you. That does not mean more people. It means the right roles and the right systems, the right butts in the right seats. As always, here is the checklist you can start using today. 1. Stop trying to do everything yourself. 2. Build a team on reliability, not hype. 3. Start with an investor-focused agent and a proactive lender. 4. Use only contractors with written scopes of work, timelines, and progress-based payments. 5. Treat property management like a system, even if you're self-managing. 6. Have an attorney relationship before you need the eviction or your partnership fix. 7. Use a CPA who understands investor tax strategies, not just filings. 8. Review your insurance like a portfolio, not a single policy. 9. Vet people on how they handle problems, not how they sell themselves. 10. Be a leader. Lead the team with clear targets, standards, and a communication cadence. If this video helped you, do me a favor, do the YouTube thing, like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching. I'm Bud Evans. Aim high, execute fast. See you on the next one.